an electrical engineer, a social worker. Was in insurance.
Yeah, everywhere. Yeah, it sounds like you guys are like all over the place in what you
I'm missing
did.
somebody. I can't think of who I'm missing, but yeah, I mean, very varied. But I think that's the definition of a good friend.
Yeah,
It,
absolutely.
no time passes between
Right.
when you see each other again. You can pick up without any awkwardness and just carry right on
Yeah, I
like
agree.
no time passed.
I agree. Even if like things have changed, yeah, and if things have changed so much between the two of you, or like as far as in life and where life has taken you, you can still do that. It's such a blessing.
We were like 18-year-olds
Yes, that's what
with
it brings back. Yeah, right.
gray hair.
Right. It brings out the kid you once were with them in high school, the high schooler that's still in
Absolutely.
there. That's awesome.
Oh,
So
and
as go ahead.
the stories and the laughs and it was all good.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. It's so important that we can have those kind of connections in life. They really do help ground us and give us joy.
Much
Um,
joy. Much joy.
yeah. And good like memories. Like that was another thing, like dealing with stress and things like that, and just life in general is to recall good memories. And I'm like, yeah, the ones that aren't so good always want to kind of drown those out. So it's important to have those pauses in your life and create those memories so you can pull them up. Now, please forgive me. I'm not trying to waste time. I'm trying to pull up. So I have the notes that I was supposed to be looking at, and I am not seeing them. I'm going to have to go off probably what I have already in my shoot. Sorry, guys. Please forgive me. I think part of it is I had saved my notes in my email and did not realize this many emails went to this box. This is the one that I usually keep everybody out of. And I'm like, where is my stuff? Let me just check the side, see if what I've written down for the banners and such, if that'll help me. But you can talk about, I know you said you were thinking about going for the Master Gardener, and that is usually associated with, oh, you ready? Okay. Please welcome to the stage, Shawnee Gross. Who will probably have better than my notes.
I am signed up, so
You did sign up? Okay,
I'm
cool.
I'm in the program.
Hey, Brooke Trout, welcome in. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, you have a state extension service that comes from the university, and the universities have been given land grants, these specific universities. And let me see, what is the extension service? Great. I have none of my notes. I do not see my notes. Give me one more second, guys. But that extension service usually goes to a county, and the county has what Robin is talking about. Do you want to just give them a preface of like Master Gardener, what kind of why you want to take it and what what it's about that you'll be taking?
Well, it's another learning experience to learn about plants and soil and pests and disease and all things plants. Uh,
Yes.
there is mandatory volunteer hours that are required to maintain your Master Gardener certification once I get it. Um, it really wasn't going to fit in my life, and then they did a little extension, so there was longer period to accomplish doing it, and I'm like, okay, that's enough time for me to do it, just
Right.
because of life chunk that's going to happen.
Yeah, it is a life chunk. I did get that tip though from one of the ladies who did it. If you have, and we've spoken about this before, if you have any kind of it's like a state fair, and they include usually I'm trying to think of the group that's associated. We have the Rare Fruit Council that's also associated with the Master Gardener program. And then they have other ones, like you can become part of the herb group, and they all will go to the county fair, and then they can put in all their hours in a whole weekend, just about. it's just one whole, long weekend at the county fair doing hours there, and they can get most of their hours, their volunteer hours that they're required to get. And I
I'll,
thought that was a
I'll
great
be
tip.
able, yeah, I'll be able to get my volunteer hours from attending classes during the winter when I'm up there, and just all the events with the seed library, getting all the seeds out
Yes,
to the
that's
public.
right.
So
That's right.
one more thing back about the girls' weekend. So
Sure.
I was trying really hard to get a tree taken down, but there was
Mhm.
so much damage up in Door County. It would be 5 weeks ago now.
Oh,
Um,
no.
we went up 2 weeks before the girls went up. Al and I did, just to make sure that, everybody had a place to sleep, that, I had enough sheets and pillows and everything. And our driveway guy also does our trees, and he thought he might be able to, but he wasn't sure. Well, it wasn't down, and it was still leaning over the driveway. But thankfully, where it was leaning, it was going to be over the driveway, not the garage, or into the garage and house or across whatever. And did I tell you about this the last time when we came back from? No, I don't think so. When we came back from the first trip up to Door County, the caretaker had told us that there were, trees down all over the driveway and so forth, and he could not drive in. He had to walk in. But there was a line down. So I called in and let them know that there was, it was emergent. There was a line down, a power line down.
Yes.
And so we went up the list right away because, an electrical line down. And all those trees across the driveway
Uh-huh.
got cleared for free because they had to get their trucks in to get the line back up, right? We
Wow.
drove in and there's like logs all down the side of the, of the
That
driveway. And I'm like, yeah, buddy, that's thousands of dollars of
that's
work done there.
awesome.
But anyways, that leaner tree was still sitting there. So we parked the cars in strategic spots where, the tree wasn't, just in case.
Right.
We left on Sunday at noon. The caretaker sent this to me at about 5 p.m.
Hold on, let me make you larger. Hold on. Keep it up. Keep it up. Wait, wait,
That
wait.
came down on its own?
I
Mhm.
won't. It's
Oh,
just wants me
no.
to. It won't let me. Hold on. They changed the feature. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, good thing it went
Look at
not
that. That
on the
thing is
building.
huge. It is huge.
It's huge. Yeah. That's crazy that it came that close to all the buildings and everything.
Yeah. So I
Wow. Hey,
so
Jonesy, I saw you come in. Thank you for coming in.
anyway, angels were with us. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, for sure.
Nobody got
Uh,
hurt. No buildings got hurt, and the tree guy has been there and it has since been removed, and
That's
yay.
great. That's great. Yeah, and that is a lot of money because that's one of the reasons I got a pole saw because I didn't want to pay an arborist to come in and do all the cutting that I needed to do to open up my yard. Well, to start with the first question, Shawnee has been so kind as to actually put some of my similar notes into the side chat because mine have disappeared. And I should have known after waiting 2 weeks that something might have happened to them.
We're just gonna help each other through this conversation.
Yes. Yes. So your extension services, as you can read below, are free or low-cost community programs connected to universities and the USDA in the US that bring research-based knowledge right to the public. Those of you in the side chat, I know you've probably already read this. This is for anybody in the replay, so they have it too. How they help gardeners, they give us our soil testing. You can send in soil samples and get results with recommendations for amendments, pest and disease ID, bring in bug, leaf, or photo, and they'll help you figure out the
Problem.
problem.
Couldn't fit it in.
Okay. Oh, got it. Okay. Okay. Because it skipped down to workshop classes. And then we can stop and pause and talk. Workshops and classes, learn about canning, composting, pruning, pollinators, and more. Now, some of that for us is online when it comes to the pests. I noticed that when I put a pest into Google and put Florida, a lot of times ours is the University of Florida. It'll pull up University of Florida and it'll be an article on that pest that's in Florida. And so I'll usually go there first if I see an article written by them. And that's what you'll find too with your university is you can find that information often right on their website. And if not, like Shawnee said, you could email them the picture of the pest that you're dealing with and somebody could possibly get back to you. It all depends on, how big your extension service is, how many volunteers they have usually, how involved it is. But often the state will have a website that's up and running and it's usually quite good and free that you can use. And the other thing that they put up is for us, they do the edibles to plant in Florida. And then I got the text version. And what I did was I just printed it out. So for January, it shows North Florida, Central, and then down here in South Florida, all the things it categorizes them: easy transplant with care, and then use seeds for direct sowing. And it goes through all the months of the year, which is really great. And that's something, as a new gardener, if you're watching this, you want to check your state extension service and look up, vegetable garden calendar or edibles gardening calendar for your state. And then maybe you'll have to put in your county, things like that. And then, like Shawnee said, there's classes. Usually they're the ones who run 4-H. If you have kids and you want your kids in 4-H, it's usually the extension services, your local ones that run it. Shawnee, have you done the soil? I haven't done the soil testing by them. Have you done the soil testing from yours?
So I haven't, but I do have a tab open to walk through what my extension service would do or require from you if you wanted to do a soil sample.
Okay, yeah.
Do you want me to share that
pull
now?
it up? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I also have tabs about the Master Gardening Program and what other things I might use my extension service for while I'm up. If we want to do all of it at once or not, it's up to you.
Okay. No, it's fine. You're perfect timing and just perfect with the info because I don't know where mine is.
So I am in Minnesota, for those of you that don't know. So I'm able to just type in a search bar in like Google, right? Minnesota Extension Service, and I can then type in like soil testing to get me right to that page because I honestly don't know how to maneuver the website very well. So when going into here, there is a video, and right here it's talking about how do we submit this. There is a form that you can download and fill out. There's a video on how to take a soil sample. The size should be 2 to 3 cups. Placing it in a secure container, like a clean plastic food container or a sealable plastic bag. Labeling the container with the sample name or number that matches whatever's on the request sheet. And in there, you actually cannot send cash. We are not responsible for that. And so you must pay with a credit card, and then you have to mail it to this place right here on the screen. So the pricing changes depending on what you would like with your test results. So a regular series of phosphorus, potassium, pH with lime requirement if needed, organic matter percentages, and estimated texture is $21 per sample. Lead, $22. Soluble salts like excess fertilizer or road salt, which is a whole thing here in Minnesota, $9. Then you can get into professional testing like micronutrient series of zinc, copper, iron, manganese, $15 a sample, calcium and magnesium, $9, nitrate, $9, sulfur, $9, boron, $9. I want the whole thing.
I know.
So
Put it in one.
Yeah, it would be like $120 some, I think, for me to have one soil test done. And I have 11 different gardens, but not all of them are food. So I would have to really test probably the cool crop garden, the warm crop garden, and possibly 2 food forests. Now, I can't spend $400 on soil testing. I'm sorry.
Right.
I would have to do like one each year. And you don't have to soil test every year per se. It kind of depends on what you're working with. And then understanding your results. I feel like there was a spot for that, but I don't know where it is right now because you might get the report back and go, "So
Right.
now what do I do?" Right?
Right.
Um, do you want me to just keep going?
I was going to actually, before we go too deep into that second part, I wanted to go back because I found my notes. I just wanted to touch on the land grant. It says back in the 1800s, the U.S. government set up what are called land grant universities. These are public universities that were given federal land and money to teach agriculture, science, and engineering to regular people, not just the wealthy. And then over time, those universities realized farmers and gardeners needed help right where they lived, so they created extension services. That's where the extension name comes from. They extended the university's knowledge out into the community. And today, almost every state has at least one land grant university, and those universities run county extension offices. Each county has its own office, staffed with experts who know local soil, pests, climate, and crops, and then they also have volunteers. And sometimes, depending on how big your county is, you might have more like master gardeners, like Robin's trying to become, doing their volunteer hours and answering the questions and consulting with the main university. It all depends. But going back to the soil testing, like Shawnee says, we too send in a sample and find out your pH, nutrient levels, and what you need and don't need to add. And it beats guessing or wasting a lot of money on fertilizers that might not work, is one of the reasons you might do it.
Mhm.
But go ahead, go into your next thing, Shawnee.
So my next thing is going into the Master Gardener program just for what my
Okay.
requirements are for this state. And Robin, round of applause for you for
Yes.
applying and wanting to commit to that whole journey of the rest of your
Right.
life.
It's a great thing to add, though. It also looks great. Like to be able to say that on your channel, like I'm the master
Yeah,
gardener of my state.
right?
Hey, cookies, Eden.
So I did run into someone at a public park here in my town that was watering the plants, and I do have the screen in the basement for whenever you want to bring it up. I'm gonna tell this story
Okay.
first.
Oh, I just
So
realized you're streaming. You're streaming too. I'm such a ding. I didn't.
correct.
Hey,
That's why
David.
I was like,
Welcome.
not ready. I'm
Welcome
not
in.
ready yet.
Welcome in. Welcome in. Sorry,
I wanted
guys.
to
Over
have it all
20 side chat. We are
prim and proper.
co-streaming. For those of you who aren't familiar, you're not going to see everybody who I put up here. Like Dave Knight is in Shawnee's chat right now. He may not be in my chat. I'm going to try and keep up with the side chat, popping people up so you can see what they're talking about, if they are talking to us and we are answering their question. I'm going to come over here. That's what Homestead was in my chat. Now he's over at Shawnee's. There you go. And give her sweet watch hours. Please do. Shawnee's working towards her 4,000 hours and she's almost there.
Yeah,
Woo-hoo.
we need the
And
subscribers, everybody. So please invite a
yes,
friend over.
yes,
Please.
we do. We do need the subscribers in Shawnee's chat. Hey, Janet, welcome in. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So let me see. We read that part.
So, Howie, thank you
Go
for
ahead.
saying that since my food is growing and the soil looks good, I'm good. I appreciate that. So when I was running into this person watering this public garden, I, of course, was asking questions because I was there to film a video. And I wanted to have not the interview on the video, but the information
Right.
that I could then voice over for the space, right? So it
Yeah.
turns out there's only 2 master gardeners in my whole county because everyone else
Wow.
has aged out, if you know what I
Right.
mean. And so I was like, "Is there even a club, for our county where we
Yeah.
meet?" And she's
Yeah.
like, "Not really anymore because of what I just said." And I go,
Oh,
"What did you get out of the Master
right.
Gardener program?" And you can bring it up on the screen, Carol.
Okay, hold on.
She
Wait a
goes,
minute. Hold on, I'm reading this.
"Whenever you can, yeah." She
Okay.
goes, I learned how to navigate the website. That was very beneficial to me." And
Oh,
right.
okay.
And she goes, I
Oh, here
really
it is.
enjoyed.
Sorry. Is it the add to the stage one? I'm sorry. I was
You're
looking
okay.
for it in the side chat. Is it
No, like
the one that
I'm sharing a screen. Yeah.
got it? Okay.
So
There we
she
go.
said that learning all the funguses and the pests
Oh,
and, like, things that
yes.
shouldn't be here, just like what Robin was
Right.
explaining.
Right.
So, for Minnesota to apply for the Master Gardener program, the application is only available starting August 1st, and the deadline is October 1st. There is a tight window of when they are saying you can
Right.
apply to be a
That's
part
very
of this
tight.
program, but it
Yeah.
is self-paced. It is online. Horticulture core
Mm,
courses, it begins in January, and the final day to complete it is December 31st. It is at your own pace. You must be 18. I talked about the application period. There is a
mhm.
background check. The core course fee is $340. If you want the printed guide, it is $400. Now, she was very adamant about telling me how there are financial programs to help you get in this. We don't want to turn anybody down. Um,
Right.
so you also get a t-shirt and a name badge.
Cool.
Oh, I'm
So
not getting a t-shirt.
no,
You need to bring that up with your extension then. You gotta say, hey, Minnesota
But
gets
it's not as
t-shirts.
not as expensive
I
as
wondered about the price difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
The details for our course for Minnesota, it takes 40 to 60 hours usually to complete that self-paced courses online, and you can have an optional weekly live Zoom Q&A session. They're on Tuesday evenings from January to April. They are recorded. They're taught by U of M Extension educators and faculty. I've
Cool.
been in a couple free Master Gardener classes just because I got
Mhm.
invited to them through my local Minnesota gardening group on Facebook, and they're little.
Right.
I feel like I could teach them a little better, but um,
Right. Some of them. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so
I had that. Yeah. Go
there's
ahead.
actually online quizzes to get that certification, and then there's a
Mhm.
whole list of topics, as you can see on the screen. And during your internship year, completing 50 hours of volunteering as you share all of the information, staying involved and active. After that first year, you will be
Mhm.
required to complete 25 hours of volunteering and 5 hours of continuing education every single year to keep that Master Gardener label certification name thing. So
Wow.
that's how our program works here. And she was like, "You should sign up and do it." And I'm like,
Right.
I don't really have the time for that. Okay. And she was
Yeah.
like, "I'm retired and I am constantly busy with the Master Gardener program." And I'm like, "You're not selling it to me whatsoever right now."
I am right. Oh my. Yeah. Ours is like, I think I just saw it 75. It's saying, here, let me pull it up because it looks like I don't have the prior to. It's saying what you have to do after. So that's kind of weird. But
so
ours is the Florida Master Gardener program from University of Florida. Robin, what were you going to say? Sorry.
so I'm actually doing I'm going to be a master gardener in Wisconsin. Since I'm
Oh,
involved
okay.
with that group up there, that's why I
Oh,
decided to do it. I looked into doing it here, and
mhm.
um, my life was busy at the time, so I didn't do
Right,
it. Uh,
right.
but uh, I
Shawnee and I understand that completely.
so there was an early bird discount, and
Right.
so I did that. So it was $2.99 to sign up on
Okay.
the early bird, and then it was an extra 35 for the book. Like
Okay.
Shani was saying, the
Yeah.
book on there was almost 50, I think, in Minnesota.
Wow.
To get the printed copy, yeah, it
Mhm.
was like 50.
But you can just go with the online copy too for free. Um, and then,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. There's, the initial volunteer hours and then the
Mhm.
continuing. But, with the Door County Master Gardeners group,
Mhm.
it's going to be easy to do all of that because, they
Right.
organize for everybody to get and keep their hours.
Right.
And
Um, I feel this way too, Okies. By the time I am able to do it, I'm gonna be feeling like that. But a lot of the websites themselves will have, and I just saw it on our Master Gardeners. I'm gonna pull up something in just a second. They will actually have articles that you can keep up on. Same thing, university extension. There's articles that you can go there and learn just about as much as the master gardeners. You just don't get the title. And I had brought up before, there's people who have horticulture degrees. There's people who have botany, degrees in botany. And they get upset because they can't have master gardener attached to their name unless they go also through the master gardener program, which they could teach because they've already got maybe a master's, a bachelor's, or even a doctorate. So if you've been, gardening for that long, you are a master if you are, producing food for your family and everything. But this is another type of master program when you're starting out. That's great to be involved with. And also if you want to reach out into your community, it's great to have that knowledge base. So you have a common knowledge base to build off of. And then also you're making connections too. Like, Robin's saying, like, she's got connections already to where it's going to be much easier for her to go through the program. And then you're also meeting other gardeners in that area. Like, she has the seed saving. That's going to even broaden that seed saving program from all the, people that she'll be meeting. And, you'll be growing also each other's stuff, which is great. That's always nice to share those seeds. So, but this is what I was going to put up. University of Florida, they call it, this is what, at least they're honest, that, call it the volunteer program, the Master Gardener. Hold on. Florida Master Gardener Volunteer Program. And yeah, you pay to basically be a volunteer and to get that knowledge, of course, too. It is a class and you're going to be buying the book. You're basically taking a college course. It's got everything included. So that's what it reminds me of. After they are certified master gardeners work through their county extension office, and it says you contribute 75 volunteer hours here and 10 learning hours within the first year of certification. So I do know their classes start at night. Here it is. It's a complete 50-hour course. Yeah. Participants of the program must complete a 50-hour plus training course provided by the University of Florida. I mean, it's in a classroom, not it's at night. I was hoping it was at night because it's classroom based. It's at the provided by the University of Florida and local county extension offices. Hours may vary by county, and then you contact your county master gardener coordinator to find out, where they're having the classes. And I found out in my county, you are going there to a class. The place is called Mounts Botanical Garden, where they work out of. Yeah. What did I miss? Howie said something. Oh, you'll learn as you go. Yeah, absolutely. You do learn as you go. This is just something extra that's free besides like looking online and YouTube. And it's more local based because I know when I started YouTube, I was watching everybody garden. And I realized that when I put stuff in, my stuff burnt up because I was watching the wrong zone. I was planting with the wrong zone because I was a new gardener and I didn't know better. So this is just to kind of save some people some of that, headache of doing those things. And, you'll still get the learning and you'll still get the mistakes because that's what learning, you learn from mistakes. They're okay to have. But yeah, it just helps a little bit more is all. But yeah, our master gardeners also help head up our big plant sales that we'll have there at the extension office. Like right now it says plant of the month is Jaboticaba on our master gardener website, which let me actually pull that back up. Sorry, guys. It's right here. So on the website itself that you can access and read, they just have different resources, Florida Plant ID. Oh, webinars. Okay, hold on. Master Gardener Volunteer webinars. So this is how some of them get their hours is they teach a webinar.
Yep.
So 2025, we have upcoming webinars. September 25th, Urban Pests and Landscape Considerations. October 23rd, benefits of bats and conserving bat habitat. Mushrooms in Florida. Ooh, I need to take that one. November 20th. And December 18th, artificial intelligence for, I don't know what the MGVs are. If anybody knows what that initial is, Master Gardener, maybe something, videos,
Volunteer.
volunteers. Yeah, probably volunteer stuff.
Gardener volunteers, that would make
Yeah,
sense.
that makes more sense, Johnny. Yeah. So then it gives a description of the different webinars that you can pop into, which is really great. So yeah, you can access that too. You can still get on their website and it talks about who they are, find your community, all that. I can't give you pricing right now because I do not know where that page is at the moment.
So I looked up, I live in Cook County. Chicago is in Cook County. And my extension offers planting calendars, how-to guides. And if I was interested in starting a community garden, they have all kinds of systems to help me do that.
Nice.
I thought that was interesting.
That is really good. Yeah, I like that. Shawnee, did you have something else to add?
So I have a list of ways volunteers get their hours because that seems a little intimidating, right? If you're not a fair goer, right?
Right.
So you could help with 4-H programs for kids and teens. I know that there's some YMCAs have child daycare, and you can set up a grow your first garden program with that kind of a cohabitation situation.
Night, Howie.
Running workshops, helping with events, volunteering at local community gardens, food banks, or urban agriculture projects sometimes can count. There's also hosting the plant sales, plant clinics, garden tours, soil testing events, seed swap events, volunteering there, partnering with local schools or parks or libraries to establish or maintain gardens, and tracking hours that way. There's a lot of options for that, for sure.
Right. It's funny when you said that, I landed on that. Go ahead, Robin.
So when I was looking at doing it here in Illinois, my girlfriend ran the greenhouses and agricultural program for a large live-in adult with learning disabilities facility.
Yeah.
And so I could volunteer in any kind of capacity program that they have there. And so that's what I figured would be the easiest and most around my schedule. Yeah, but I could also man the booth at our local farmers market. The local farmers market, while it's open, has a Master Gardener's booth. You can come and just walk up and ask questions.
Yeah. We have that during the fair, the state fair. You can go in and just chit chat with them. Also, the plant sales, they'll usually have a table. And even at that mango festival that I went to, they had a table. And so did then the groups that they branch off into, which is the Rare Fruit Council. And then there's an herb group, but I don't remember if the herb group was there. I don't think they were. I think it was the Rare Fruit Council. The South Florida Breath.
So that the kitchen garden that I was involved in project, if I was a Master Gardener, because that was a teaching garden with multiple garden types and so forth, I could have gotten volunteer hours, my Master Gardener volunteer hours there, if I was already a Master Gardener.
Right, if you had already done the coursework, and then you can do, ours is the same thing. That's answering horticultural questions over the phone, in person, or through regular newspaper column, participating in community and school garden projects, giving educational programs to the public, supporting youth activities, performing soil sample evaluations, and certifying Florida-friendly yards through the Florida Yards and Neighborhoods program. And it says Master Gardener volunteers can renew their certification by participating in 10 learning hours and completing 35 volunteer hours each year. They must also adhere to the Master Gardener volunteer policies. So they have all kinds of policies. But yeah, they do all kinds of things like I just read off of, but I do remember them at those particular things because that's when I would talk to them and just have conversations with them. Yeah, that Okies, I saw you're grateful for being able to be in Oklahoma now instead of upstate New York. I was actually born in upstate New York. And my grandfather had a farm in Yorktown Heights, which is now all houses because all that farmland's been sold off. But my grandfather's house is still up there. I can look at it on Google Earth once in a while, which is kind of cool. Let me see if I've missed anybody else. Andrew, I think I said hi to you when you came in, but I'm not sure, so I'll say hi again. I've got any questions I'm missing. Okay, am I down to the bottom? Because this thing, I go down to the bottom on my little white scrolly on StreamYard, and then 2 seconds later, it shows me an arrow, and it's like, oh no, you missed 10 down here that we didn't show you that you were missing. I'm so sorry, guys.
Did you
I
see
think
Jay's entry that the cost for the Master Gardener program in Ontario
no.
is
What are I missed it.
$2,000? And that is CDN, is that Canadian dollars?
Mhm.
Yeah, we always say like everything's 7,000 for marine. We just joke because it's so expensive and compared to the
And
US.
it requires in-person at the local university, which is 150 kilometers away.
Wow, you guys don't
Commitment.
yeah, you don't get then the county extension. You just have, I guess, that university, the nearby university. I'm confused. Where did you go? Oh, they're talking about Dave's vacay and him going
I
around.
can talk more about what I would use my extension
Hey.
service for, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm
Thank
gonna
you, Barry. Go right ahead because I got to go back to my outline that I did find.
So if you can add me to the stage of the screen I'm sharing before you disappear on
Hold
your
on, let
page.
me get rid of mine. Stop my screen and pull yours up. There we go. Oh, it's so pretty. I
right?
love it.
That looks like a
Perfect.
Mexican sunflower.
It does. I think it is. I think it's. I don't know if I have the yellow or the orange. I forget, but yeah.
So I was told that there is, by that Master Gardener lady, there's a tool to help find plants and like search for what you need.
Yes.
Where like if I think it's
There
a little
are.
confusing when I click this. Like let's
Yeah.
see. I want to look for maybe a zone or specific amount of light. I feel like there's a way to drive this a little better because this is overwhelming for my brain. But she was like, you can design your garden in this website and it'll tell you like that'll work, that won't work. But what
Right.
I have used it for is the fruit trees. Hello. So I need to
Right.
know what type of apples,
Oh,
like
love
there's
it.
lists, not right here, but this is just what I pulled up to talk about it. So
Mm-hmm.
apples, pears, apricots, cherries, peaches, plums, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, grapes, melons, currants, gooseberries, kiwi berries. So if I wanted specific cultivars of each of these things that have been known, either developed by my University of Minnesota, or ones that
Right.
should survive here, I'm going to come and check out their care guides, their lists, how to deal with pests, fertilizing schedules, sometimes just basic gardening questions. I can type it in. And if I find an article that came from my University of Minnesota extension, I will read that over somebody else's source just because, right?
Right. Right. Absolutely. No, I love that you can do that. Ours does that too. You can go up and use a search bar, and if I put in, just even fruit trees, like what you were saying, it's pulling up for me. And these are just some of the titles, like fruit trees, and it goes into Miami-Dade County, University of Florida, and it has also like tropical fruit tree nurseries in South Florida, tropical fruit production, a selection of some tropical and subtropical fruit trees. They've got quite a few things that you can click on. Let me see. I'm going to do that one, a selection of tropical. So here is a great list for me that I can pull up, like you were saying, and it gives the common name, like the Adamoya, small spreading tree with medium growth rate, fruit characteristics, large, sweet, light green, aggregate fruit, used fresh. African Pride, Geffner, Page are the varieties that we usually grow down here. same, it goes on avocados, banana, Barbados cherries, a lot of the stuff that I grow. This will be another thing I'll be printing out because I didn't find this. Like you said, I'm still learning how to use their website for my advantages. And I know with what I already printed out, it will tell you like how Robin knows all the different names of, and so do you, Shawnee, like of the lettuces and, you know, different vegetables that you're growing or different tomatoes. It will go into like, okay, well, you want to grow this type of tomato because it grows best down in South Florida. I don't know if this one has it still. Like even the, you know, recommendation of the Seminole pumpkin for us for transplanting and early in the year when it's still cool. Let me go to September and I'll read off what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm not doing right now. Let's see. Easily transplant cabbage, cauliflower, Chinese cabbage, collards, eggplant, endive, kale, lettuce, peppers, sugarcane, Swiss chard, tomatillos, tomatoes, and tropical spinaches. I already have my tropical spinaches. Just have to grow a couple from seed. Amaranth, calabaza, long squash, loofah. These are transplant with care. Sorry. Mustard, papaya, pineapple, Seminole pumpkin, and sweet potatoes. And you'll see some that will cross reference. And then if you want to use your seeds, you should pull out and put in your beans, bush, lima pole, carrots, cucumbers, okra, onions, bunching, peas, southern, squashes, and turnips. And then it says, click here for the September infographic, which I can't because it's paper. But
I didn't realize that you were cool enough in September to actually plant some.
We're not anymore. We're not. So that it also, you have to go by microclimate. So for me, my microclimate in South Florida, it varies. And I think that is probably needing to be rewritten because we are hotter, but we do get cool and then we stay kind of cool, but we're still much warmer than the rest of the United States. But we have more bugs because we're hotter. That's the problem. That's why, you know, Homestead was joking with me about my brassicas.
Yeah.
So yeah, that the brassicas. But I found that other list and I'm keeping it about the fruit trees. I'm like super excited. Go ahead.
And I did spinach, and it's up, and it was, you know, those 2 weeks when we were really cold, it was happy, but now we're actually quite hot. I mean, it was 88 today.
Yep, that's like what
it's not happy. Mm-hmm. It is not happy.
No. I don't grow spinach that much. I've heard a lot of people have trouble with it. That's why tropical spinaches are mentioned, which you want to, much easier to deal with growing tropical spinaches. And that was like the ones I was showing that I got a couple weeks ago, the Okinawa. I have another couple, like there's Malabar people grow. I don't like that one so much. I'm trying to think of some of the other spinaches that I have.
Mushy, you know, it's kind of sucky.
It's mucilaginous, that big word. And and you know, with mucilage comes mucus, and I can only have so many of those kind of things. When you say about like regional differences here for Florida, the Panhandle, they get real freezes, so they can grow peaches, apples, and blueberries that need chill hours. Pests aren't as bad in winter. And of course, they're not now because they got snow this past year. Kind of the middle zone is central. You can do some temperate crops and some tropicals. And then south, where I'm at, it's basically no frost. So tropical fruit trees and root crops thrive. But pests, fungus, and nematodes are much bigger challenge. And then the extension is good at usually understanding those things. Mm-hmm. But the list, you also have to apply to your microclimate. And just like, you know what, how he was saying, you got to get out there and you learn while planting too. Like, okay, that didn't work in my yard. And it's right spot, like right plant, right spot sometimes in your yard too, depending on how much shade you get, depending on if it's up against a building near summer and you have a concrete structure like we do, and you get the reflective sun and heat off that structure, you can fry plants up really quick that would be okay in dappled light away from the structure. Mm-hmm. So there are, you know, variables to the list. Absolutely. And then, of course, how to find your extension service. Shawnee mentioned it. Super easy. You can just Google it. You can sometimes just Google what you're actually looking for and then look for your extension service. You put in your county and then extension office and gardening is one way you can list it into Google. And then, yeah, you just have to check and see if you guys have an active one because it's free. All that information is free unless, of course, you want to go pay for master gardening classes or soil testing. That's when it starts to get into, the money. So,
sometimes there's for soil testing, there are programs
thanks, Serena.
that they
Yes.
come out through various universities who are, the kids are probably learning or whatever, but it's cheaper, for that period of time that they, are accepting samples. So that's something to look for too, to see if any of that's advertised and available.
Yeah. Yeah, just like Shawnee was saying. Oh, is J3 in here? You squeezed in. Sorry, Jay, I was over. J3GS came in. Hey, J3GS Farms. Good to see you. Thank you very much for coming in, sir. I have not forgotten about you and your seeds. You and Jamie, I have to get something together, and I have to not have to. I want to. I want to get that shirt out for Miss Sharon as she heals from her eye surgery. Oh, you did get your okay, wait a minute. Serena got hers. I actually got my Master Gardener education from the OSU Extension in Norman, Oklahoma. We have a demo garden where I did all my required hours for volunteer work since I can't hear well on the phone. Yeah, you can work their gardens. That's the same thing here. Good point, Serena. A lot of the extension offices will have those example gardens. And our Mounts Botanical is actually, people pay to go walk through it. I have Mounts Botanical on my channel. We only had like an hour left to do it or something, I believe the video is called. And it's us walking through Mounts Botanical. And it's not even showing all of it. It's very extensive. It's beautiful. And then in the back, they have all plants. They have a lot of plants because a lot of master gardeners are supplying them with plants and planting seeds for them. So they sell that too to probably go into their like scholarship programs. Oh my goodness, I just saw this from Barry. 92 Barry, where you are oh my goodness, in Kentucky. How does the compost pile greet its friends? With a warm embrace. Oh my goodness, Jay. Funny. You and Serena with the the jokes. You greeted her with a joke.
Now, I am glad that you decided to have this conversation, Carol, about local extension services because I have a poll going over on my channel at Shawnee Grows, and it says, have you ever used them before? And the top answer is, I've heard of them, never used them. And then the second top answer is, no, I didn't even know about them.
Awesome.
Right.
So then, yeah, I'm going to have to do that same poll like on mine and just see if anybody, so then maybe they'll see the live. I can link the live, or you can link the live in the poll, or is it? Oh, it's in your side chat. Yep, it went right over.
There's a fly. I was swatting a fly, but yeah.
Oh no, but it did go right over me.
Once I close the poll, I can copy the information and then we can put it up on the screen, and then people in the replay, I'm looking at you, you can answer as well in your comment.
Yeah, there we go. Yes, those in the replay crew, please do. If you have used one or not even heard of it, we'd like to know. Or if you'll be using one after this, be a good idea. Okay. Hey, Aid, welcome in. Yeah, if anybody knows Aid, he doesn't like his channel shared out. He likes organic growth and people just to find him who are in his kind of genre. Boiling too, what? Oh, I thought it, you know what? At first I thought it said whale. And then I was like, it's not a whale chicken, Carol. It's a whole chicken. Sorry, my eyes must be doing things tonight too for dinner. Nice. For chicken soup tomorrow. I love a good chicken soup. Mm-hmm. I like spicy chicken soup with some turmeric in it, though, like when I don't feel well. Just that added extra spiciness and scallions and things. And noodles, of course. Good noodles.
Side note, I did a chicken soup and I put a bit of the barbecue sauce that I made in it, about
Oh,
like 2
Mm.
tablespoons.
Mm.
Wow.
Wow. Like a
what made you
chicken soup?
decide to do that? Where were you
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
"We're gonna try this." Where like,
Right.
take me through that moment.
Well, I was just using up stuff from the garden, bits of
Hmm.
uh, green beans, cabbage, onion, carrots. I've just thrown a bit
Right.
of stuff in chicken broth. And
Yeah.
it's like, that barbecue sauce I made was pretty tasty. I wonder what that would do to this. And so I put a
Right.
couple of tablespoons in there, changed that whole thing up, and ooh, it was good.
Wow.
Kicked it up. Kicked it up with depth of flavor and a little probably hit of acid. Does the barbecue sauce have a little bit of vinegar in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that little hit of
And sweet,
acid.
the sweet
Always
and
the sweet and yep. Yummy. It sounds good. I would probably do something like that. But you are a very creative cook. You don't think so, but when you say some of your stuff and I'm like, "Wow," and you're like, "No, that's not a big deal." And I'm like, "Yeah, to us normal people who just kind of throw something together and hope the family likes it." Yes. I used to be a creative cook and then God gave me very picky eaters.
I think
So,
it's kind of like the garden, right? You got to kill a lot of plants before become good at it. I've killed a lot of plants. I,
oh yeah.
I've created a lot of sort of inedible meals or partially inedible meals.
I'm so glad. Oh yeah, I've done that for sure. You do that with yeah, definitely with experimentation and being creative and being a creative cook. Wow, this really is helpful. I've heard of them, never used them. Wow, no, I didn't know about them. 24%. That's a high percentage rate. Wow. Yes, and they were super helpful. 19. I want to try them this season. Yay! Good. I'm glad it's helpful for, the side chat, the people that are in our chats, Shawnee's and mine over at Shawnee Grows, who needs 1,000 subscribers. She's almost there, and
Mhm.
she's working on her 4,000 watch hours, which I'm
Woo-hoo.
thinking we could get her to both really soon. Yes, absolutely. Let me see where I'm at. I came across the girl's short, and she put just take a shot every time I say and I'm like, so many people would be drunk who watch my lives and my videos that I don't edit it all out. They were just first couple minutes. Oh, Shawnee, I'm sorry you haven't even had supper. I
Right, so I
had
might disappear here in a little bit.
yeah, I could probably get some snacks. Yeah, I get it. Well, I
'Cause I
did.
have to cook. I can't there's nothing ready to eat here right now, so
mm, We had
Oh,
I had made like just steak last night, like the thin steak. I can't think of it, like a sirloin or something, but it was just thin cut, chopped it up, and my husband puts his A1 on it. Like I had used a really natural balsamic dressing to marinate it, but then once it broiled, I was like, this balsamic just didn't do anything for the steak like they usually do. It was a new one to me. And so I'm like, you're gonna have to get out your A1. Like how Robin said, like when you're trying something creative, I'm like, oh, I'll just try this as a marinade because it says it's both. Yeah, it wasn't good as a marinade.
well, when
And
you're
I
when
turned mine into teriyaki because he's not a teriyaki fan, but I am. Go ahead,
when
Robin.
you're young, you don't know what's going to taste good together. But
Right.
at
Or
this
if it's
point in my
new.
life, at this point in my life, I pretty much know
Yeah,
because I've you know
right.
done
Right.
it enough to know that that's going to help, and that's probably not such a good idea.
Yeah.
What I also did
These
was
are
I
easy.
found some other free resources beyond the extension, if you want to talk about those or not.
Oh, yeah, just go. Hold on. Hold on. Let me just check. I think I had. Shawnee's machine. Yes, she is. Isn't she a machine putting out content, Dave? I agree. I just wanted to make sure I got down to the side. Everybody's talking to each other. That's really great to see. Okay. Posted her. Oh, that's right. Shawnee has filmed and posted her September garden tour. Please head over to her channel as soon as you can and watch it this weekend, even as you're relaxing. And see you in the comments. Okay. Go ahead, Robin, and then I can always just look at my other questions
Oh,
after. Fine.
so, I just typed in a few other things just to, see what was out there. And so free seeds is important to me because,
Mhm.
I love the whole seed library concept.
Right.
And so, I typed in my zip code and within 25 miles, and I found lots of seed library locations here in Illinois, which I didn't know about.
Right.
And it's interesting because they have different rules. One of them had a pledge to donate 50% of the harvest back, or to
Mhm.
the local food bank, and they will set you up with a kit and seeds for your garden. They offer various seeds with the hopes that you will donate back seed to keep the whole thing perpetuating year on year. And then some have free seeds, no strings attached.
Nice.
I have 3 free seeds for you, but there's a limit of 5 packs per family. Um, and many of them have, no library card needed for the
Right.
seed libraries. So that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool. I
Um,
don't think we had seeds in our library when I looked last time. I'm hoping that's going to change in the near future, and hopefully maybe I can start something. I don't know. Got other things going on right now, so I can't be the primary on that. But
I also Googled, like free classes that
Mhm.
are out there, and, beyond the extension classes,
Yes.
lots of libraries have various classes for free
Mhm.
offered year round. A lot of them up here are actually offered in the winter. And they talk, about vegetables, flowers, herbs as topics. Park districts. Now, we have park districts here all over, Illinois, especially up in the Chicago and greater Chicago area. Do you have park districts by you?
I don't, we have parks all over. I don't know park district. What do you mean? I'm sorry. I was trying to do the side chat and I must have not heard something.
So
Yeah.
most of the towns have a park district. So it's a whole entity, and it has facilities and classes, and it maintains like pools and all
Oh, the Parks and Recreation
kind of.
of
Yeah,
the city.
it
Okay.
encompasses that and more. So
Okay.
park districts all throughout the Chicagoland area in particular, which because that's what I was searching,
Right.
have loads of free garden related workshops. And some of the topics I came up with were seed starting, salad gardens, native plants. Some of them even have like a regular scheduled Zoom class monthly
Cool. That's
on gardening
awesome.
topics. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that idea because I don't like to leave too much.
Yeah. And there's like volunteer opportunities in demonstration gardens, at historical sites, in lots of the local towns. And then the local garden clubs also came up. I know my local garden club is really cool, but they concentrate on flowers.
Right.
I'm into the veg, so
Yeah.
being
That
a part,
happened here before. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but that happened back when Dave the Good, when I first started watching him, he talked about the extension service, and his was Broward. His was the county below mine. And how all the ladies, all they wanted to do was grow flowers. They weren't growing gardens back then and doing a lot of the gardening as far as the master gardener, vegetable gardening oriented. It was all about, like what you said, ornamentals and flowers.
ornamentals all the way.
Yeah, so it's made a big shift since he was down there when he was young
Yeah.
towards the gardening and the gardening of vegetables and the gardening of even tropical fruits and things like that.
I started a group, oh gosh, it's got to be 10 years ago here in town.
Stiff.
And
Yes.
you know, it was all word of mouth. We got our people together, and we probably had like 20 people in the group.
Mhm.
And it was great, but nobody
Mm.
wanted to take over and lead. So I
No.
had to come up with it every, you know, the stuff every month, and I
Mhm.
was working long hours at the time.
Right.
After about a year, I mean, I'm like, if someone doesn't take, you know, turns being a speaker here on a topic, then this can't
Right.
go on. It cannot, I can't
Yes.
sustain it.
It can't just be your group.
So we
Yeah.
fizzled because nobody wanted to, they all
Yeah.
wanted to come.
I think Johnny and I, like, as educators, and if you've been out in the community with like homeschooling communities, you see that it's usually the same people that once you take hold of something, you get stuck with it. That's your thing, and you're going to be teaching the kids that, and then they'll burn out, and then the next mom will come along, and who wants to pick that up because they just completely burn out because nobody would take it over
Mhm.
or help them with that particular thing. So after learning that, and I saw it too, just volunteering other places doing so, I'm like, yeah, that's why I said that about the seeds. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to head that up right now. And I've heard Shawnee say that, like, I don't need to head that up right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
It was a big commitment. And then the last thing I typed in was seed swap because I've actually never been to one. Have you guys been to a seed swap? No.
No.
no,
No.
I don't think I have. Mm-mm.
So I typed
No.
in seed swap within 25 miles of me,
Mhm.
and
Sweet CR.
I found 4 locations: the
Mhm.
Arboretum, a major conservatory, park districts, and the forest preserve. That's probably also something that you don't have all over the country. The forest preserves are big in the Chicago area.
Yeah.
It was years ago, a gentleman just, you know, got it like land saved and became
Okay.
a forest preserve district.
Oh, neat.
And if he hadn't have done that all these years later, we wouldn't
Right.
have any green spaces like that.
Yeah.
Um, but then I typed
Oh,
in
Judy.
I typed in the date, and the date was just 2 weeks out,
Mhm.
and I found two swaps within 25 miles of me.
That's awesome.
One of
Yeah.
the first swap is a 2-hour event, and it includes plants and garden items.
Oh, wow.
And the second one is listed as a mixer and plant swap, and it's also 2 hours.
Wow. I'm gonna
2 hours
see
long.
now that you gave us a great idea. Yeah, to look that up
So that's
for our areas.
all I had to type in, and that's what I found. So
Oh my gosh, yes, we had one and I missed it. There was one in August. But it looks like up above me is another one in October. So thank you for that. Yeah, from packet to plant, seed swap. Ha.
cool.
I found, yeah, great one. So not only your extension service, but look up seed swaps in your area. Thank you, Googly Pants and Miss Robin
Mhm.
from
That's
Robin
wonderful.
Gardens.
Carol,
Yeah.
I'm gonna shut my camera off if you wanna put me in the basement because I'm gonna go cook.
Okay.
I'll come back when I'm
Okay.
done.
All right. Let me see if I can put you in the basement. I don't know if I can do that.
Removed from stage.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. There. Sorry. I just cut. Shawnee, I think, muted herself. So don't blame me, folks. I didn't do that. Let me just double check. We were at the very end, and it was just me basically asking you guys who've been listening, if you've ever, if you've ever felt like, when is this your own? Oh, if you've ever felt like you were on your own in the beginning of gardening, like that you didn't have that somebody to look to ask. I know personally for me, I didn't have my dad, and he was the gardener that I was around all my life, but I didn't even have him when he was alive because he wouldn't garden in this state. Like, he wouldn't veggie garden. He was just like, nope, done with that. Sandy soil. I know that that's going to take a lot of amendments. And plus, my dad used things that I probably wouldn't use in my garden. They used, more chemicals back in the day.
Mhm.
he was wanting me to throw 7 at my garden when I had an issue with a bug. And I'm like, I kind of don't want to do that, Dad. I want to do it organic. Of course, he laughed when I said that because he knew the bug and pest pressure already in Florida from living here for so many years. And then so after this live,
I feel
are
like
you go ahead.
sorry.
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
I feel like there are so many more bugs and diseases than when I first started this garden in my backyard today.
Mhm. Right.
And I
Yeah.
I can't figure out why.
I think it's because they tell their friends.
Yeah,
They're like, this one doesn't use any pest control that'll kill us over here. So we're just gonna, we're gonna just go make babies in her yard where they'll have lots of food that's pest control free. Like, yeah, I think they just know. Like, they don't smell the horrible smells or something. Like, their little bodies sense it. I don't know. Or that is too, is that they're breeding. We're giving them, just like we give the bugs that are good and pollinate and also eat the bad bugs, we're giving them an area to live in and feed off of and grow. We're also giving shelter to the bad bugs too, and they're coming and reproducing in our gardens when we're just not, looking. In my region, you can get free space for classes at local. Yes, you can. Here too. You can, like, basically, I think, just set aside a room, call the library, and it's not rent a room because you're not paying any money, but it's like set aside a room. I had my daughter's class at the Christian school have a visit to my garden. All the children took. Oh, that's awesome, Richard. I love that. And that's a forever memory for a kid. Like, they'll always remember that, like, as a good memory. It might help finding local gardeners. Yes, and of course, finding local gardeners to chat with. Absolutely. So how many of you can I see like A2 in the chat if you're going to go check out your state extension office after, this live sometime, maybe this week? Or even if you're going to look up, like what Robin said, look up seed swaps in your area for your county, or find out what your county extension office is, like where it's located, and see if they have any going on. Or plant sales, like a lot of the extension services that are county level will have, that's where they'll have their plant sales from. Sometimes their master gardeners are selling plants that they've propagated. But that basically concludes like what we were going to talk about for the extension service. I hope you can look up yours. I really appreciate everybody who's been in the side chat. Now I'm just going to go into chit chat time and a little show and tell. And I showed it in my post, but for those of you who didn't see my post, because Shawnee has so many beautiful flowers, I'm got my eyes out for flowers, and she's, inspires those around her. Like even Maureen was saying that, but I saw this one and had to have it. It's called a flower mix, Edible Beauties. It's from Botanical Interests, and it's all edible flowers that you can. So it's a mix. We'll see how that goes. Sometimes they're like, but let's see. It says for common name, we've got borage. I always say it wrong. Borage.
Some people I say borage. Some people say barrage.
I say barrage. You're the one who told me it's borage. I always said barrage.
I hear people say it both ways.
Okay.
Tomato,
it sounds more fancy. Barrage. And then it's nasturtium, calendula, bachelor's button, fennel. Oh, good. Oh, there's some fennel in here. Okay. Radish, arugula. My radish flowers aren't that amazing, but okay. Arugula. This is a marigold. It's Signet marigold. I don't think I've ever grown that. Basil, chives. Oh, that's not fair. These are herbs.
The petals.
And Johnny
gold are really
Johnny jump ups.
No, the little violas. Johnny jump up.
Yeah, violas are too. Yeah, they don't.
So those marigolds, the petals are edible. Well, I think almost any marigold is, but
right. Not that you want to eat the whole thing because I'm sorry, they stink.
There is, I know you don't like it. There's a gem marigold
Mm-hmm.
called tangerine, I think it is. Ooh, that is tasty. Sprinkle those petals on
There's
a
a
salad.
tangerine. Oh, okay.
It's,
I could go for that.
let me look it up. It's gem tangerine. Tasty. I haven't done them in years.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm sure my dad's vegetables on his farm are great too. With certain plants. What are you talking about, Dwayne? Like invasives? Absolutely. You have to make sure you're not growing anything that's considered an invasive, and you'll find out that information too on your university extension website.
French marigold tangerine gem.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the gray cells aligned. I was right.
Yes. No, you got all those names up there. Yes, the Shawnee Grows has the Coke broadcast going on currently. Meat has been smashed into tallow and seen. Yum. That sounds very good. It's using it in tallow. Let me pull this off. The other thing I purchased was, hold on, I gotta get my banners. They have just so many things to click on. Okay, let me come back to you guys. I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like I think it's 7 things I can click on the side while I'm talking to you all and trying to think coherently. It's a challenge. And I also put too much essential oil in my diffuser tonight, so it's like it's balling me. It's like it's just lemongrass and eucalyptus, but boy, is it strong. With what flowers you consume, yeah. Of course, absolutely. Contraindications for everything. Yes, I'm not saying do not eat every single flower, and yes, be careful what ones you get. Oh, 780 acre farm in Alberta, Canada. That's kind of cool, Dwayne. I'm trying to think where I know you from. I know I've seen your name, but I'm trying to think. I haven't seen you in a while. The other one was the Burgundy Amaranth. Fully burgundy, including the little leaves. And then I got this oregano. It's called the common oregano, but I just look at it because I love the flowers on it. I've actually never seen oregano flower like that down here, so hopefully it will.
I think mine flower white, not pink.
Yeah, I think mine maybe had white flowers. I've never seen anything that pretty.
My oregano is Greek bold and spicy.
This one is, it says use this mild flavored oregano in pizza sauce, pastas, and salsa. Dainty pink blooms add to its beauty. Also uses cut or dried flowers. Okay, so it's erect. Most of my oregano grows low to the ground. So that'll be, I can't wait to see what that turns out like. I'm trying to see if it says how tall it gets. I don't see, no. Thinning, row spacing, seed spacing.
Dwayne says oregano is like mint. Containment is best. Spreads fast. Interestingly,
it depends on your area, Dwayne. It really does.
Yeah, that I have it in my main stone beds. It spreads a little, but
yeah,
nothing like mint.
Mine's a ground. I put all my oreganos in the ground. They only go so far. The one that's a little bit, but it's slow. It's not going to like take over anything. Is the Cuban oregano, and it's still, yeah.
What does the Cuban taste like? What does the
Cuban oregano? Extremely strong, and you don't need much of it. It also has that. How do you say it? Like the mucilaginous middle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, people, it's like you just break it off, stick it in the ground. It usually grows here, and you can do it as a house plant too, but it's very strong smelling. They have another one that's called like the Vicks plant. It does not smell like Vicks to me, but it's related to the Cuban oregano, but the Cuban oregano is very, very strong. I also know some of you from Gardner Scott's channel. Okay. Yep. Quite a few of us go over to Gardner Scott's. Yeah, my oregano, it filled out. The last one I had, I can't remember if it was the Greek or not. It was low growing. Took over an area, but not like anything bad, like not extensive. And once I used it and pulled it up, it was gone. Yeah, kind of like menthol, but no. Okay, that's where I know you from. It's Gulf Coast Granny. There we go. Yeah, that's where I've seen you. Okay. Thank you. I was trying to place your name, Dwayne. Sorry about that. Not to put you on the spot. I was just like, oh, I know you. And then I did pick up cucumbers because we were planting cucumbers, but now I got to go look at my list if it's too late. This is the Space Master 80 cucumbers.
Oh, I did Space Master.
Did you like it?
I didn't. I don't know if it was Space Master 80, but it was Space Master.
It's supposed to be compact. That's why I wanted
did it in the green stock, and
yeah,
I did 3 plants, and they did fine.
Okay.
I'm still learning about that. Next year, pardon me, I know that I have got to fertilize more.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Than more than I'm used to fertilizing.
Yeah, I need the schedule, the fertilization schedule.
It just must run through faster.
Yeah, here it definitely does. And then depending on your rain you're getting, depending on if it's dry, depending on if the plant is a heavy feeder and it's going into fruiting. Yeah, so many variables. Nasturtiums are tasty in a salad, and the dried leaves are amazing. And fried potatoes, that's a neat idea.
Oh, nasturtiums.
I like them. I like them in a salad, but I never thought about dried and just sprinkling them over some potatoes.
Nasturtiums are lovely. They're a little peppery.
Yeah, they are a little peppery. Yeah, I like them, but they're beautiful in a salad. I made a salad and had the nasturtiums, and I think the little violas in them, like you mentioned before, on top. It just looks so pretty. Mm-hmm. I think there was even a type of pansy, but maybe that was the viola.
Oh, there aren't violas and pansies in the same family?
I think they are, but I didn't know if the pansy, since it wasn't listed.
Pansies are just bigger than the violas, I think.
Oh, okay. Got it, Wayne. It's okay. You don't have to keep going. You're welcome here. I just was trying to figure out where I had seen your name, and I hadn't seen you in here for a while. And I was like, but where else have I seen Dwayne? You got a nice 5-pound. Yay. Go ahead. You did what?
I did lemon verbena this year.
Oh, yeah. I want to do that. How was it?
Oh, I mean, this fall is like it's when it went into its. I mean, it's given me plenty of leaves all summer, but it's now gone nuts. And so I just did 9 trays dehydrating the leaves for the winter. And I would love to bring some, bring it in to save it over winter, but I think I'll just buy a new one in the spring. Right.
I would love to get some verbena. I love that smell. That was my favorite at that all the L'Occitane, is that how you say it? The French store. Their hand cream, like all their verbena scented things. I loved that smell so much.
I think it's L'Occitane.
L'Occitane? I can't say it, but you know which one I mean. The L. Oh. It's the C.
Who speaks French? Who can tell us?
Oh, she's not here tonight. Maureen probably could tell us. She could do her little bit of a Canadian French. The children also had a visit to a farm. My daughter was very upset about the sheep being sheared. Oh, the sheep being sheared. How sweet. No.
From the L'Occitane store, when I was volunteering regularly for not-for-profit, we did eBay. We would take things that were donated and eBay them. And so I had an agreement with the store when they got their shipment, if they would, because they did a lot of things in glass. So they
Mhm.
had a lot of bubble wrap and good wrapping stuff. I said, if you'll just, save that, call me.
Mhm.
I will come right away and pick it up.
Right.
So it's either going to go in the dumpster or to
Mhm.
an organization. So every week and uh, sometimes twice a week, around
Mhm.
holiday time, they would call me because they had
Right.
shipments. Every now and then something broke in there, and it was the best smelling packing
Mm.
stuff. And so when
Right. Right?
so
Oh,
when
yum.
back somebody's
Yeah.
blanket or something that they purchased on
Mhm.
eBay and sent it, or China, they got a nice smelling little
Mhm. Package.
so
Probably were like, "Where is it? Where's that cream from that nice store?" Oh, no,
yeah.
it's just the package that smells that way.
Mhm.
Dwayne, I love that I use the balsamic in that one, the fresh mozzarella with the tomatoes and the basil and yeah, that I've made that before. I'm sure Robin's made it too. I
Oh,
can't think of the name of the salad though, what it's called. And
so
it's
so simple and so
delicious.
tasty.
So very tasty, exactly. And wow, that's a lot of acres. Holy cow. Wow. A lot of responsibility is what I see when I see all those acres. That's when people had 11 children like my grandparents to help them work all those acres. Yeah, is this plant or medicine talk? I don't know. It's the end of the night talk. Okay, that's fine, CR. Appreciate you. The other thing I have is I did get seeds from uh, the Good Garden, the Good Gardens seed company, which is on Etsy, which is David the Good's kids run that seed company.
Okay.
Daisy the Good, his daughter, is the primary one that runs it, and then Ezekiel's seeds are featured in. And these are from the kids' gardens, I believe. That they saved some from David's, but they also saved their own. Like this is Ezekiel's thing with his land-raised pumpkins
Oh,
or
neat.
watermelons. Sorry, watermelons. I'm just my brain tonight. And then this is the kukuza seeds for that really weird. I think it's a cucumber, right? It's or is it kukuza squash? That one is from David the Good. That's from his garden. So those are my two that I picked up. Because I missed the other one that I wanted, but then ended up getting it somewhere else. The Mexican sunflower cuttings I was going to get from Daisy's store, but they sold out. And then the other thing I think I showed some of you this. This is the Grow a Little Fruit Tree. This was also recommended by David the Good, and it's just basically of how to keep your fruit trees smaller so you're not making a lot of waste in your garden. And it goes through, just trimming them up and various different trees, like how much water does a fruit tree need, all different, like the care and keeping of fruit trees. Let me see
Cucuzza is a long, slender Italian summer squash.
there it is. Okay, summer squash. I don't know, it might be too
Snake,
late for
also
the summer
called snake
squashes.
gourd.
It's called a what gourd?
A
Snake?
snake.
Oh yes, that's how I know it. The snake gourd. That's how I know the name. Okay. I was knowing it by the common name, the snake gourd. So cool looking. And that's the only reason I grabbed the seeds, other than it's David the Good. It was just really cool looking fruit. So yes, I'm trying to get to the front so I can tell you what's in the book, but no, do you think I can do that? Okay, it's got introducing the little fruit tree. Chapter 1 is small is beautiful. Chapter 2, the short fruit tree method, the elementary principles of pruning, choosing varieties. The fruit tree comes home. The conversation begins. The hardest pruning cut you'll ever have to make. The conversation continues. How much water does a fruit tree need? Working with Mother Nature, ripe fruit, and entering the zone of equilibrium. And a lot of that is just about how people get these fruit trees and they don't prune them properly, and then they end up with all kinds of waste, and they end up with all kinds of disease and also pests because they get into that rotten fruit and come for that rotten fruit.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Always-
so this is very interesting. I think you're going to love this. It has a mild, sweet, and slightly nutty flavor
Ooh.
with a texture similar to zucchini, but firmer and less spongy.
Hmm.
It retains that firmness well when it's cooked.
Oh, I would like that. I don't know if Mr. Man will, but that's okay. It's something to share that's cool to share with people that we know and
Eh,
neighbors. Like if I can't, I'm definitely, if a plant really produces and I can't eat a bunch of them, would definitely always have something kind of neat to share. Because right now I share my bananas and not really the mulberries because I freeze them. I pick a bit at a time and just freeze it and then make jam, but I'll like share the jam or the jelly from it.
so whenever I
But
see something cool, the next question I always ask is squash vine borer.
yeah, that's always a possibility here. More what will more or less get it before the squash vine borer here is a fungus among us. Some kind of fungus will take it out. Same thing with watermelons and cantaloupes. For some reason, it's just yeah, it's really bad. That's it. Oh, you're talking about all the things you missed. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a hazelnut bush. I'd really like I can see it, but now I can't think of it. I'll come back to it.
Yeah, it's
Wow, a 5,000 acre farm. Gosh, you guys have a bunch of acreage in that family. What a blessing. Is that all up in Canada? I
yeah, it
have
looks like
accidentally missed.
it's
Oh, you're so sweet, Jay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. What?
no, it looks like the squash vine borer is a problem with the cucuzza.
Oh, wow. I'll have to ask
I'll
David
wait
to
for you to do it first.
yeah. I'll have to ask David the good what he does for it. Yeah, for trees and bushes are nice to have. Yes, I agree. That's my collection right now. Oh, that was the other thing I got, and I didn't look it up and bring it up. Do you have any show and tell, Robin, from this week? Because I know you were busy with your girlfriends, but did you come back to
I don't
anything?
because it's more of the same.
Okay.
Harvested a lot of tomatoes, some peppers that I've already shown.
Okay.
That's pretty much, what I did. Oh, I harvested my first fennel and
Ooh.
roasted it. Just some baby fennels that I'm slowly trying to thin out what I should have thinned out earlier.
Oh, okay.
I
But
made a
still,
really good carrot and fennel soup last year, so I think I'm gonna make
that
some
sounds
carrot fennel soup.
that sounds good. And I'm not usually like I'm not a squash kind of soup fan, but
Uh-huh.
that I would eat. The carrot that sounds lovely actually with the fennel. I
Yeah,
would
the
like to
fennel
try that.
sweetening is a little anise flavor.
Has a little anise, but it's really light. Like, cause I don't usually like licorice, but fennel, when it's cooked, I can handle that flavor. Um, Whereas Thai basil, sometimes I can't because it gets so strong. Like if it's fresh around me, I can't handle that smell.
Dwayne says fennel's his
Wow.
favorite vegetable. What's your
Yeah,
favorite
that's
way to cook it, Dwayne?
oh, thank you, Jay, for putting the link in for the book. Oh, you got a little apple tree. Nice. And 3 fruit tree friends. That's wonderful. Yeah, I'm all for fruit trees. Oh, they're all in Alberta. Oh, okay. Tiny space. Let's see. Where am I? If I own this lot, I'm renting. I would plant fruit trees. Oh, I'm sorry, Barry. You can put them in pots. Some of them you can grow in pots, especially a little lemon tree. You'll have to bring it in. That's the only thing. Or get a grow light and put it in a corner,
Mm-hmm.
like pumpkin and squash. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let me see. Let me see if I can bring up the one that I got. I did purchase another fruit tree because I'm just crazy. But I also had, so I had my Tulsi die out of I don't know why. It might have just gotten too much rain and gotten root rot. It just
Um,
completely died on me all of a sudden. I was so sad. I had thankfully I had just taken some off, but not that much at all. Oh, how pretty.
I bought this up in Wisconsin. I
Beautiful.
thought it looked like it could be a curry rather than a
That's
pumpkin because it's of the color,
mhm.
like a
That
red
looks
curry
kind of
or
like Shawnee's pumpkins are that bright
this bright.
color. Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. I love them all. I have
A
so much
curry,
squash.
I'm not familiar. What teach us
Well,
a
like
lesson.
Urichi curry? No, I'm not saying that right. Um, and red curry squash are
Mhm.
uh they are just so tasty.
Mm,
And I haven't seen any for sale yet. So
okay.
this was the closest I thought. So I might get the flavor. I like
Okay.
delicata squash.
Mhm.
And I saw some today at the store, but I have 3 10-pound cushaws sitting over there. And I have 2 butternuts and 2 butternuts out there. So I'm going to be squashed up here if I'm
Yeah.
not careful.
Yeah, and I'm not a huge fan of squash and nobody eats it in my family, so it's really difficult for me with the squash. Like I'll end up giving most of it away. I had it looked like a butternut cross. They're
Uh-huh.
called honey butternuts, and it's like almost like a figure eight. Mine looked like it was only about this big. It was pretty tasty. I've just roasted it in the oven with a little olive oil and pumpkin pie spice. And my gosh, the house smelled so good. And then I just drizzled some maple syrup and butter on it and just ate the whole thing because I knew nobody else was going to eat it. It was so yummy. It was like a dessert, but it wasn't, but it was. This was
I
what I got recently. This plant is called the lemon drop mangosteen.
Ooh,
I want the mangosteen that I showed all you guys, and that one I might get next. But this is the lemon drop mangosteen, and I'll put the bigger fruit.
mm.
It kind of looks like that. It's got the soft. The only thing I heard after, of course, I bought it was this one can have like a larger seed. This is not this. What I got is not considered the superior. This is not who I purchased it from. This is just one I brought up on Etsy. But it's pretty once it gets going, it's pretty prolific. And people who have them seem to really enjoy them. And you and I love that like different lemon kind of flavors in the garden and scents. So I was like, I'm gonna get that. Um, and it goes with the one that I got, I think, last week, but that one has more of a bumpy texture. But yeah, I want to collect all the mangosteens now. I can never have too much squash. Aw. Yeah, and that's like what Shawnee talks about over on her channel, the hunger gap. Squash is great for the hunger gap. Like when you're in between and you're not maybe producing anything in your garden, squash for a lot of people fills in that hole because they've got it on the shelves still. Do
Yeah, the
go ahead.
butternut especially hold well.
Holds up?
In
Yeah,
the
see,
garage, my garage never gets colder than 40.
40-pound squashes. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing a 40-pound squash. I don't creative. Just for fun, maybe. Yeah, I would need storage if I have to. Like if I could garden like you do, I would definitely need extra storage here just for what my garden's producing. Oh, yeah, they're just having a conversation about not being able to have ownership of their area to be able to garden like they would like to. Pumpkins growing contest. Yes, I saw one today or a short today where the guy cut it with a chainsaw, like almost to prove, yes, this is a real pumpkin. And they cut it open, and sure enough, it was a real pumpkin.
Wow.
Are you ready, Miss Shawnee? I see you down there. Okay. Please welcome back to the stage, Shawnee Gross.
So I don't want to show you stuff, really. Like just this. I'm just gonna
Oh,
show you this because
yay!
then I have to like go get it and haul it in here and then hold it
Oh,
up. So
okay.
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm not into that right now. But so this type of butternut squash size is really not good for me because I'm the only one that eats it. So like
Hey,
this size is the
yes, that's
manageable.
perfect.
We're
I
gonna eat
agree.
this today and tomorrow. Versus this is like we have a project now.
Right.
We do save seed from ours every year, and I grow Waltham butternut, which is from my mother, which is probably why this thing is happening. And then I'll do a honey nut, a butterbush, and then some other kind of butternut, and I just
Mhm.
save seed and mix them all together.
Mm.
So we'll get little babies. Like there's one that's
Mhm.
growing that's like just this size.
Is that the honey nut? You said you do grow the honey nut?
Honey
I
nut
love
and
it was
butterbush they make really
so
little ones.
yeah, this one was so little. It was so
Yep.
cute. I was
Where
like, I
this is
gotta
like
get
the Waltham
that. That's huge.
large
Yeah.
feeding 8 people.
Can you get the kids to eat a soup? A
My
small
daughter.
soup?
My daughter will,
Okay.
Oh,
not my boys.
yeah. I can't imagine how I would squeeze it. My son can't even have butternut at all. He gets a rash. I'm like, no. I'm like, that would be a great one.
Do you make the seeds? Do you roast the seeds ever?
Oh, I did it on not a squash. It would have been a pumpkin. And I like it, but you know how they have them at the store where they're not in the shell? How do I
Mm-hmm.
do that? Is there a machine you buy?
I don't know. I
I don't know.
would
I like
imagine.
You
so
do like the shell.
butternut is my favorite.
I don't
Just
think I've
Right.
done the butternut ones. I
I
might have had.
spray the seeds with a little like avocado oil or olive oil, and then I like salt, pepper, and paprika the most.
Okay.
It's like crack. I can't stop once they come out of the oven. They are so good.
I like when they're the deep brown, crunchy. Yep. Because I love anything nutty flavored, right?
Oh yeah, and they are.
I was wondering what your seasonings were, and it's really basic salt, pepper, paprika, huh?
Hmm. I mean, play around with what I mean. Little onion, salt or garlic.
Yeah, I mean, you could do an Italian batch. You could do
Mhm.
a spicy hot batch. You could do a sweet and salty batch. It's one of those things that uh, each round can be done completely differently, just like with granola or anything else.
Yeah. It just oh, it's so good. That those are two things from the garden that we make that just sort of become uncontrollable once they come out of the oven. Those butternut seeds and kale. You know, when you make the kale chips,
Oh, okay. No, I've never done that.
we call it kale crack because
Oh, I've done that. And it was like kale crack. And then, yeah, it
kept
goes right
eating and
through
eating
you.
and eating.
Yeah, I had a meeting in my bathroom afterwards because I didn't know it was very cleansing. I
Mm.
wasn't thinking it's kale. It was delicious. I wasn't thinking I'm eating all this roughage because it's delicious. Planet Jonesy, I have not seen you in here before.
Uh, he's not Radio Jonesy.
Oh, he's not.
No,
Well, sorry,
but that's how I
Jonesy.
know him is through Radio
Okay,
Jonesy, but it's a different
that's
person.
hilarious. No
Yeah.
way.
Isn't that? Yeah.
Sorry, Planet Jonesy. I thought you were another Radio Jonesy.
Nope. He gets that
Welcome
a lot,
in.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Welcome in.
And I
Please.
made I roasted a butternut today out at the garden since I'm there from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. right now. And
Mhm.
I composted the seeds, Robin, and now I feel bad.
Oh no. Oh no.
And what's ridiculous about this is I haven't showed you guys. I have little plates with seeds on them out there at a specific
Right.
table that I just set up to do more homeschool out there since I like live there during the day with labels. And why didn't I go into we're seed saving season, Shawnee? Why? It's because I
Oh,
was just like, nope, we're gonna cook this, get this out of here. I went into kitchen mode. I didn't go into gardener
right.
mode.
Yeah, I've
Yes.
done that. Oh, that
Okay.
I did that with the onions. CR would be really, upset with me because I've been going through so many green onions and I'm like, no, I don't want after the other ones burn up, I'm like, I don't know. And it's raining outside. I'm not gonna go find a spot for you right now. I'm just tossing the
I roasted a big batch of tomatoes, so I started the tomato seeds in the
Mhm.
water.
Yep.
Yep.
And my sweet spot has always been 48 hours. You know, let them soak for 48 hours, rinse them, and
Mhm.
then every one of them sprouted.
Oh no!
What?
No!
All those little containers of all the carefully labeled
No!
tomatoes is tossed.
Oh, that's
We just did
horrible.
this. We just did this, and it was some point of the day. I started it probably after 1 o'clock, and then today I was there and rinsed them. And I'm so glad I didn't let it sit longer because I didn't. Robin's all sprouted.
Right.
All I can figure is we've been so warm. We've been
Yes.
in the high 80s.
Yes, that could be it. Yeah.
It's like the only thing that's different over any other year at this point. Oh,
She's
yes.
so cute.
Oh,
Yeah, she's so
pale
cute.
crap. I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
Thank you for putting that in both chats. And Dwayne's got a good recipe there for great soup. Grated ginger, grated carrots, roasted squash or pumpkin, sage, cinnamon, nutmeg, salt, white pepper. There's that sage, Shawnee, how you were talking about different
Yeah,
things
I
with
have a lot of
sage.
sage to use. There's a butternut
Yeah.
squash sage orzo I was looking at.
Oh, that sounds kind of good.
Maureen has a recipe with
Yes.
the sage on there.
Brown butter
Yep.
sage, yeah.
The brown butter sage. Yep.
Num num.
Yeah, at least it's a high germination rate, even though they all germinate.
It's so
I'm
disappointing
telling you,
all the time in the world.
every single one. I'm like,
That's
oh,
awful.
there's a few of them that have germinated. So I get out my tweezers and I'm gonna pick, and then I'm like, they have
Sure.
all got little white tails on them.
Oh no. Wow. Uh-oh, let's see what you found. Eating
And
all the
the
tree
face.
leaves. Oh, grasshoppers. Rat ate all the fruit, then came the grasshopper. Oh
You are having a
no.
year, aren't you, Anne?
I'm so sorry. Is there any way you can just bag up your tree and then set traps all around the bottom for the rats? Some people use sheet
it's like
metal, and on the bottom, like for the rats, they use sheet metal all on the bottom of the tree, so the rats can't climb up; they slide down. But I'm so sorry. I hate ears like that. I hate ears like that. It's terrible.
Oh, top
I,
the soup with fried prosciutto.
I
yeah.
love a good garnish on a soup.
Oh.
Wait,
hear
where
you.
are you? Oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah,
Well,
fried
those
prosciutto is
roasted
good.
butter. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So
Those
no, go
roasted
ahead.
butternut seeds make a
On the
great
top.
topping for the soup,
Oh,
for the
okay.
butternut
I
soup.
love anything crunchy at the end. Yep.
Yeah.
What is the pumpkin though that is specifically great for roasting seeds? There's one that has like a thinner,
Oh.
it's got like a thinner shell, and it's supposed to be just perfect for seed roasting. I remember hearing about it, totally forgot about it until you started talking about how to deshell them, and these have like a really
Yeah.
thin shell.
How do we do that? How do we
I
deshell
know.
things
I don't
without
know. Heirloom tomatoes from a Safeway grocery store once. Kept some of the seeds. Remembered I had them and planted them. Very tall plants with lots of nice.
Can I read you some varieties and maybe it'll spark something, Carol?
Okay. Okay.
Styrian, Kakai, Lady Godiva.
It might have been Starian. It is a weird name. It's a weird name like that, like a Starian or
Anybody
a.
know the answer to the Jeopardy question?
I know the unusual name to that pumpkin. It is an unusual name. It's the extreme heat. I'm so sorry about the grasshoppers. Is just terrible.
It's like, okay, we need to bring in a hawk perch and get some hawks for the
Yes.
rats, but tell them
Right?
don't eat the chickens. And then we got to get some praying mantis to eat the grasshoppers.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or some owls. Get an owl box for the rat.
So it
And
says
yeah.
it says that roasted cushaw seeds
Cushaw?
are tasty.
Okay.
I was going to save them for the seed library, but we might have to do a little of both.
Try it. Yeah. I don't know. Pumpkin variety.
I do know that there are tons of winter squash that I kind of want to get into next year.
Mhm.
And I don't remember the names, but I think we talked about it somewhere last week. That's going to be on the reflections and what to grow next year's seed hauls and that kind of thing. Because I'm looking at it going, I wish I had more variety. Why is the cat trying to take apart the window?
Do you like acorn squash?
I
There's
love
a
acorn
type of
squash.
acorn, I think, is what I looked at, Robin. Where would I have that information? It was kind of the same color as the butternut, but it said acorn on it.
Acorn is yummy. I love that. I've never grown it because of squash vine borers.
See, I'm also wanting to look at varieties that are less in the family of let's eat this with those.
Right.
That's why, and I like delicata, but again,
That was on my list. Is that another bug one?
oh, it's so delicious. But I think there's some that are varieties that are more resistant to it, but
Right. I'm actually looking up pumpkins now on the
Keep doing
extension
it. Look up
service.
pumpkin, yeah.
the red curry or the Uishi curry, I don't know. I'm not saying that right, am I?
You do better than most of us,
You-
so I'm not going to judge.
Uishi
I don't
curry.
know. I can't find my list. It's all over the place. I don't know.
For down here,
do-
they recommend the Seminole, of course. The
Seminole still is the top.
Seminole
Okay.
pumpkin, yeah. Harvesting, handling. There's the calabaza is what they also recommend growing down here for
The calabash.
the tropical calabaza, we call it. Calabaza. Calabaza. Calabaza,
Yeah.
tropical pumpkin.
So those curries are the Cucurbita maxima, which
Oh,
is not the good one. That's the one the squash vine borers
that's
like.
nice.
Yeah, we need Cucurbita pepita to have no bugs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am not seeing. I thought they were going to give me more than this. Thought they were going to give me other ones. Oh, wait a minute. Food retailers or customers. I'll have to go back and read this, but yeah, it's all about pumpkins. But it seems like it's mostly focused on the calabaza,
Turbo.
which is the tropical pumpkin. And then they also mentioned the Seminole pumpkins growing. But Seminole pumpkins can handle our heat. Like I just saw somebody in Central harvesting Seminole pumpkins. And hers must have gone through the summer. Oh, wow. Oh, now that you mention it. What did Anne say? Hold on. Now that you mentioned owls, Carol, that explains why I didn't have rats till last year. When I moved in here 10 years ago, we had 2 owls nesting here. Oh, they stopped coming. That's sad. I wish you could build them a little house. I don't know what size they are. We build little houses because we have the Eastern screech owl. I want to actually put one up. But I have to cut. I have quite a few branches to cut before I do to figure out where I would put it. There we go. Bread specifically. Okay. Oil seed pumpkins or naked seeded pumpkins. Yeah. Okay. That's it. It was a naked seeded pumpkin. I'll have to look. I'll have to look and get back with you guys. I'll have to do a live on pumpkins, I guess. Since it's fall. Varieties of pumpkins. And then you guys can show all the ones that you've grown because you're the pumpkin growers.
So it's Uichikuri. It's UCHIKI KURI.
Uichikuri. That's a pretty neat name.
Oh my gosh, they are so delicious. They're little teardropped this color.
That bright color. Yeah, that reminded me of Shawnee's. Shawnee reminded me of your
They're
pumpkins.
from like Japan.
Mm-hmm. Pretty.
They are so tasty.
Which ones are your orange? Which ones are your bright, like reddy orange pumpkins, Shawnee? That are in your.
So great question.
Okay.
Can you hear me or is it glitching?
Yeah, it was glitching. I wasn't hearing you for a second.
Okay.
Now I am.
Yeah, that's starting now, the glitching section of the evening.
Yeah.
They are seeds that my mother had saved from a couple different pumpkins that she picked up at some point a couple years before.
Good night.
So I have no clue. It's just seeds we've saved ever since.
Okay.
Okay. Wow. It looks similar to what Robin has that
Yeah.
she's trying to work out. That's kind of cool though that you still have that. That's neat.
They did the Cinderella pumpkin up
Oh,
in the kitchen garden, and
yeah.
my friend said it's really tasty too. It rude. That one's got a
Here,
French
see
name.
her.
Is the only way to eat pumpkin mushy?
No,
Hmm.
Okay.
but once you cook it, it's gonna get soft.
Yeah,
There's no doubt about it. Um, but I mean, I just slice it and roast it on parchment paper, spray it with avocado or olive oil, and then you pick your seasonings of granulated garlic, paprika. Sometimes they put turmeric, salt, pepper, whatever I'm feeling that day.
um,
And it is nummy.
I'm just looking up the pumpkins that you had looked up before and then Jay put up.
I've never
This
done
one.
much with pumpkin. I feel like I could have it for maybe baking
Mhm.
muffins for the
Right.
kids.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
mean,
and you can mix chocolate into it. I've seen a lot of those recipes into
um,
pumpkin puree with eggs and other things, and you make baked goods out of it. It's like a base instead of
zucchini,
putting a
yep,
go ahead.
zucchini pumpkin bread. Um,
Pete does.
I from Trader Joe's, I got this mix when I was up with the girls, and it's a pumpkin snickerdoodle, and they are heavenly.
Mm,
So you could add pumpkin to a snickerdoodle.
yeah, that
Um,
would be good.
gosh, there's everything pumpkin in the stores right now.
Well, and pumpkin's good for my dog.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
So I
it
maybe
is.
need to grow a pumpkin for eating because I usually just decorate or carve
Yeah.
them.
Mhm. Yeah,
This
it's
is
really good.
this is
Go
it.
ahead.
The roux oh my I'll screw up the French for sure. That's the Cinderella pumpkin.
Okay, hold
It's
on. I'm
just
not
easy.
over there with you guys. I'm looking at the pepitos. Oh, how pretty.
It is
Oh,
just she says it's really, really a tasty pumpkin.
hmm.
Are you growing that next year, Robin?
Yeah, so
No,
bright.
it's a Cucurbita maxima.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I don't try anymore at this point. Um, it's so hard
Mm.
to give up that space and then have it taken out.
Yes.
I would rather
Yeah.
I'd rather grow something I know has a chance.
Wow.
It,
Yeah,
these kushas are as tasty as people are saying. Um,
right.
that may just be the way to go because we have the cages built now, and
Mhm.
Robin, I thought you were
Okay.
gonna say, I don't want to grow anything vining. I only want bush
Right. That's what I was
for
thinking
your.
too.
no, I mean I can let things spill over.
Yeah,
But if I'm going to give up that much real estate, I want to know that I'm going to get something. And
right.
when I do a zucchini, because oh my God, I have such a taste for it. I got to do zucchini. I know what my odds are. It is,
Right.
75% squash fine borer and 25% robin's going to have good luck.
Oh
Mm,
man. Yeah, I don't know if I will get much out of any pumpkin plant with everything that attacks down here, so but I can still try.
mhm.
Definitely could still try. Dwayne being good with all the recipes and the
Yeah,
side chats tonight.
chef over
I got
here,
so
apparently.
hungry.
That
So
actually
hungry.
sounds good. Cinnamon, curry powder, grated ginger, maple syrup.
Sounds so different, but good. Yeah.
Ooh, that does. That kinda hits the sweet and savory
Right.
and sharp with the ginger in there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm.
Which spice? So I was getting in trouble. Cinnamon. Oh, there's a cinnamon. Funny. Never added cinnamon with pumpkin. Yeah, I did the pumpkin spice today, so it has a little bit of everything. But we are at a little over 2 hours, and I really appreciate everybody being here tonight, and especially my co-hosts tonight, since our diva is away and enjoying Mexico. My co-host who popped up first tonight was Robin from Robin Gardens. Thank you so much for being with me and
You're
adding
welcome.
you did tonight, and also even chatting while I was trying to find my notes, and then Shawnee coming up with some notes for me. I so appreciate Shawnee, our other co-host. Shawnee grows, and please make sure she gets up to her 1,000 subscribers, because she definitely deserves it. She's been working her little bum off over there with great lives, great content. And I didn't even realize she was putting out like 3 shorts you were saying almost every day.
3 shorts a day. I had a live stream a day, a video once a month.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trying to get those hours, because nobody wants to work against their old hours. It is not fun. Diva and I both had to do it, and we don't recommend. So thank you so much, ladies. And thank you, Side Chat. Please let me know in the comments if you are going to look up your extension service and, make use of it, or if you found some good use for this video or some information you found on this live tonight. And please check out my co-hosts' channels and any that you have made friends in the Side Chat. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. Appreciate you so much. Goodbye now.
Bye.